Thank you. The only last time I saw Hillary was in an elevator in a hotel in New York. She was busy talking with someone and I didn't interrupt. What an honor. Hinje Stongo. Today, in this season of turning inward, we are here to celebrate the accomplishments made by women in this country who stood up despite the impossible and fulfilled what they were given to do. Each of these women being honored today demonstrates leadership, and each had to find their way despite gender, race, economic, cultural, or other challenges. Imagine a world where every child is given leadership training, because we must learn to be leaders of ourselves, which will assist in whatever path we choose or assume. I'm honored to be included with each of the honorees to join with everyone here today. Mado, or thank you to the National Women's Hall of Fame for making a place of celebration here, where the genealogy of democracy for this country begins. The mother root lives in these lands, cared for continuously by the Haudenosaunee. The birth of democracy that led the vision for forming this country began here, in this place of trees, waters, plants, stones, and animals who also contribute to how we move forward at this moment. Essential to democracy is nurturing with the equal participation of women, of women's councils led by clan mothers. This kind of leadership is necessary for balance. We need this collectively now. Today, we are honored to have the presence of many of these clan mothers and their families here. Can they stand up? They are ensuring that life continues in a time in which everyone is beginning to hear Mother Earth or Iganajaga speak decisively. I also want to give a special shout out to Dolores Huerta. She risked her life for humane treatment for farm workers. Viva Dolores Huerta. My mother, who is from Arkansas, and used to pick in the fields of Arkansas and Oklahoma, and ran away from home with her friend Elvira Guerra to the big city of Tulsa. And I wish to acknowledge my mother here then, especially for her courage, her hard work, her music, and for making it through a story that gave me a basis for understanding compassion. And her mother and hers, all the way back, they were dreamers and storytellers. And gratitude for my father, who carried a vision that I took on, a vision powered by an immense love for his Mvskoke people. My Aunt Lois Harjo, whose footsteps I followed in taking care of the arts through practice and involvement in arts organizations. And my grandmother, Naomi Harjo, who played saxophone in Indian Territory before Oklahoma was a state. I have been mentored by so many of the poets, Adrienne Rich, Audre Lorde, Leslie Silko, and tribal nation leaders like Wilma Mankiller, who never stopped working to better the lives. Yes, let's hear it for Wilma. She was also an inductee and a wonderful friend who never stopped working to better the lives of her community, and by doing so, she improved all of us. I also want to give gratitude to circles of communities, my Indian school classmates who revisioned Native art for the world, my UNM Kiva Club, University of New Mexico Kiva Club classmates, we all work together to empower local Native communities. And the many mentors of healers, teachers, poets, writers at home and all over the world, my friends. And especially I want to acknowledge my children, great-grandchildren, and the way it was told to me by those who know things, and I always liked to listen to them, is that all of the children are our children. They belong to all of us. And my Mvskoke people, Mvskoke Creek Nation, Ojiabova ceremonial grounds, and I want to thank my husband, Owen Sapopa, of the Hijira people, like me, my muse, and he's also a knowledge keeper. As we stand here at this moment in celebration, we must remember we are in a time and place in history where democracy is threatened, where we are assailed by forces who wish to destroy basic freedoms and subjugate the minds and bodies of women, where young Native women throughout this country are missing and murdered at unprecedented rates, where women of Iran are being killed as they stand for their right to exist with dignity. It's important that we stop and celebrate in this time, to take a moment to gain strength, to see where we've been, and to imagine where we are going, keeping in mind that we will only get there together, all of us. What an honor to be given and carry this gift of life through these challenging times in this story field of tremendous beauty and complexity. Consider each breath as a prayer. If we consider each breath as a prayer, then we will come into the circle a little lighter, closer to insight that will assist us as we make a pathway from first breath to the end of our time here on this earth. Maro, thank you for this honor and for this community.
Welcome, Joy Harjo, to the National Women's Hall of Fame.